Hello, everybody. How's it going out there? My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to the Beyond Astro weekly forecast here on the Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. Going to talk to you guys about our Western astrology for the upcoming week and give you a little warning. I've got both my cats here in my office at the moment. They're going a little bit nutso, so if you guys see stuff move around or tails or hear meows, that is Ocean and Shia in the house. And I noticed that, well, one of the things I want to talk to you guys about is we're having a Mercury retrograde start this week. And I always notice that the animals really get affected by the Mercury retrogrades when Mercury goes retrograde. So let me know if any of you also notice that as well. I'm curious to hear. So before we get into the astrology for the upcoming week, please remember, you guys, to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic YouTube and Rumble channels. And if you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, those are available over at consultations.beyondmystic.net. The link is in the description below, and I'm currently booking into April of 2025. And speaking of 2025, I'm going to be doing this very special live workshop next weekend. I'm so excited, on the astrology predictions for 2025 for all 12 signs. This is going to be a 4-day live workshop where I'm going to go through each of the elemental groups of the signs, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. And of course, if you can't join in live, you can watch the replay. And so excited to share with you guys the most important transits for each of the signs and themes as we come up into 2025, which is going to be a very powerful year. And it's very cost affordable. It's $35 US to get access to all 12 signs. It's going to be hours and hours of content. So how's everybody doing out there? Hello, Tracy. Nice to see you. You say, my dog gets affected by the increasing energies. We'll have to pay more attention to Mercury in retrograde. Yes. Let me know if you notice that. And we've got Sweden in the house. Hello, Cecilia. And London, Ontario. I know where that is. I'm an Ontario girl. So hello, Airy Queen. So as we come into this week, astrologically, I like the energy of this week, other than we're having a Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius start. And I did a show a few days ago. I forget which one it was. And I hadn't looked fully at all the different aspects and things that are going to be going on during this Mercury retrograde. And I was like, oh, this one isn't going to be that bad because Mercury is at detriment in Sagittarius and it's not that strong. Well, I need to correct myself, you guys, because I've looked through all the aspects of the next 2.5, 3 weeks that we're going to be having Mercury retrograde starting on Monday, November 25th. And this is going to be a wonky one. Okay, this is going to be super duper wonky, because Mercury is at fall position in Sagittarius. It's not a strong placement for Mercury to be. But for a lot of this Mercury retrograde, we're going to be experiencing a Mercury-Jupiter opposition. Okay. And of course, Jupiter is the planet in astrology that expands whatever it's touching. It's the planet of expansion. So for Jupiter, who's also at detriment in Gemini, they're actually doing something in astrology that we call a mutual reception, because they're in each other's planetary home signs. Rulership, it's kind of trippy. They're like doing this mutual reception, but they're in each other's detriment signs and they're in an opposition. And Jupiter is going to be expanding the influence of the Mercury retrograde. So I'm filming this video on Sunday, November 24th, Eastern time, and might be too late by the time you watch this video. You might be watching this Monday or Tuesday when we're already going to be in the Mercury retrograde. And actually, just to let you guys know, the retrograde is going to start exactly approximately at 9:42 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. So if there's anything, important that you need to communicate or sign, I know this is really last minute, but try to do it before 9:42 p.m. Eastern on Monday, November 25th. Also, of course, Mercury retrograde is when we want to back up our electronics, make sure that we have protective cases on our phones, our computers, all that kind of stuff, because Mercury rules our day-to-day gadgets and our cars. And of course, I'm sure many of you guys already know that when we have a Mercury retrograde, we can just have more funkiness, breakdowns going on with day-to-day gadgets, day-to-day communications, miscommunications. So we're going to be in this Mercury retrograde from Monday, November 25th until December 15th. Now, all retrogrades are, the energy is a little bit wonky. Okay, it's a time of reviewing and reflecting whatever areas of life that we personally have Sagittarius in each of our charts. But what I find really interesting about this Mercury retrograde in particular, being in the sign of Sagittarius, Sagittarius rules our beliefs, okay? And in an opposition to Jupiter, the ruling planet of Sagittarius, you're going to notice a lot of people dismantling and reviewing the beliefs that they have. And we're going to be seeing people around us, and it's going to be within our like-minded community as well. We're not out of the gate either. Some things that we maybe believed to be true or we believed was a certain way, it's going to start being revealed to us that maybe that's another way, okay? Spirituality is very highlighted. Religious institutions are very highlighted. Teachers, professors, publishers, writers, all ruled by Sagittarius as themes. And you're also going to notice people in your life that, are maybe newbies to the woo, if you will, being really tripped out by the continued dismantling of the matrix, and in turn, their beliefs being very challenged by that, okay? So with this Mercury retrograde, I highly suggest, and you guys always hear me saying this, but I will say it again, not to take things personally, okay? Observe and don't absorb if people are projecting on you because maybe you've been privy to some alternative information before they were, and they're just waking up to certain things now. That can be super, super triggering because a lot of people at the moment identify with their beliefs, which is Sagittarius in astrology. So Mercury retrograde starts on Monday, November 25th. Linda, hello, says so many people I know need to review their beliefs. LOL. Yeah, that is a really big theme at the moment for sure. So we got that going on, Mercury retrograde. So that's a little bit wonky. Okay. It can also, Mercury rules our mind as well. So we can mentally just be feeling more confused or unorganized or not having clarity. So also with the Mercury retrograde, you guys, we don't want to be making any really big decisions unless we absolutely have to, okay? Because we tend to not be seeing the whole picture, especially if Mercury is retrograde in his detriment sign of Sag and in an opposition to Jupiter. Holy guacamole. So that, as well as on Wednesday, November 27th, we're going to be having an exact Venus in square to Chiron, which is an adverse, challenging aspect, highlighting wounds, things that need to be worked on within our committed relationships, maybe our finances and values as well. Those are the two big challenges that I'm seeing going into this week, but we've also got some really beautiful things coming into this week that I'll explain as well. Her Miller says, born during a Mercury retrograde. Excuse me, guys, I got the hiccups. So it doesn't mess me up that much. It's so interesting that everyone I know that is born in a Mercury retrograde, they don't get very affected by the retrogrades. So you guys are lucky, okay? Because the rest of us tend to get really affected by it. I always notice it, and then I'm blaming everything on the retrograde. Yeah, we've got Shia's tail here in view. So yeah, what I do really like about this week is we're going to be having a new moon in Sagittarius. Actually, by the end of the week, that'll be actually the start of next week. Really early in the middle of the night, like 1:21 a.m. Eastern exact on Sunday, December 1st, new moon in Sagittarius. Woohoo! And at a Sagittarius degree. Okay. So we're going to start to be within the new moon portal of influence on Wednesday, November 27th. So from Wednesday going until Tuesday, that's a time when you can be setting your intentions. Of course, Sunday will be the most powerful day. But what I want to highlight with us being in the influence of this new moon portal this week and this new moon on Sunday, December 1st is, the dispositor of this new moon is Jupiter, who's in an opposition to Mercury with Mercury retrograde. They're both at their detriment signs with Saturn in square to the sun. Not the best new moon to be really held firm onto whatever your intentions are and putting them out there. Okay. What I would suggest as we are in this new moon in Sagittarius portal is, yes, write down your intentions and your goals and say them out loud, but be open to things possibly changing. Okay. Many of us maybe will have the dismantling of beliefs and realization that some of our goals and wishes maybe aren't for our highest good, or maybe they've been implanted into us from somewhere else, right? Sagittarius can be people that are in more of a guru, powerful position, quote unquote, that maybe implanted something into us. So something to pay attention to, you guys. I'm not saying don't put your intentions out and don't be open to new things, but definitely be open to those intentions possibly changing and some really big revelations and clarity coming forward. I love this new moon portal for meditation, practices for opening up our higher consciousness, all ruled by Sagittarius. Also having philosophical conversations to open up our mind even further and help to assist the opening of minds of other people around us as well. We've also got this week Sun in trine to the North Node, that's exact on Tuesday, and Sun trine Mars on Wednesday. So no aspects that are like super, super heavy and adverse. Yes, there's a Venus square Chiron, but Venus is a benefic planet, Chiron, the asteroid, the wounded healer. So more this energy, we're stepping into this Mercury retrograde. It can feel a little funky, but it's not anything really on the super adverse side. We just want to be paying attention to what we're saying, what we're doing. Possibly will be some rescheduling that will come up for many of us. So let's see what we've got. Let's pull some cards and oracle cards, see what we get from Spirit as we go into this week's astrological transits. There's very strong wind outside where I am in Belgium at the moment. So, and of course, Shia is moving my laptop. Shia, can you please stop moving my laptop? Do you want to say hi to everybody? Hi. Look at how cute she is. She's a British short hair princess. Okay. So I'm going to pull from the Trust Your Vibes Oracle. Ooh, okay. Okay, first card is Aura Cleanse. We're in need of an aura cleanse. We're in need of a salt bath. We're in need of, I'm hearing Spirit say, take a step back. Interesting. I'm hearing that very strong. And I'm getting the sense of, we've been in Jupiter and Gemini since the end of May. And this Mercury retrograde, for a lot of it, is going to make an opposition to Jupiter in Gemini. And this Jupiter in Gemini has been freaking all over the place. It's been so much information, so much common sense and truths being revealed, news story after news story, headline after headline. That's all Gemini. And I'm hearing Spirit say, take a step back from all the news cycle, okay? If you're listening to the Beyond Astro Weekly Forecast here on Beyond Mystic, you're probably like a truther or a conspiracy theorist or a like-minded person like myself. And we tend to, a lot of us, keep up with a lot of the information that's going on. I know not everybody is like that, but I think a lot of us are like that. And I'm just getting a really strong message right now. Take a step back, honor yourself, and slow down. Okay, slow down. We can have with this Mercury retrograde starting this week and in an opposition to Jupiter, maybe heightened stress, heightened hyperactivity, heightened anxiety. So if you feel yourself going into that place, and the Geminis and the Virgos and the Sagittarians and the Pisces will be the most affected. If you feel yourself going into that place, take a bath, do something to cleanse your aura, okay? I'm hearing very strongly, take a step back. Okay, interesting. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. Interesting, Sharon, that you've been having really crazy dreams. I have not been remembering any of my dreams lately, which is quite unusual for me. So happy that you're remembering your dreams. Cool. Wow. The road is clear. You know what to do. Walk it your way. Beautiful, beautiful card from the Ancient Stones Oracle. Okay, so there is clarity that we have. And know, you guys, that as some beliefs are dismantling, it's not like we're crazy. None of us are perfect. We go through changes in life and we released, beliefs and views that no longer serve us at certain points. Let's see what our last oracle card is. Jupiter, abundance. I'm hearing, remember, all is well. Okay, this is the card everybody wants to get. Jupiter, yay, abundance and luck and good fortune. And Jupiter, it's not all bad with Jupiter in an opposition to the Mercury retrograde. That is positive. It is bringing luck, but it's just kind of trippy because it's kind of an information overload. So many things happening at the same time. So remembering that Jupiter is on our side, good luck, good fortune is on our side. And I'm hearing Spirit say, things are more positive than they seem. Something that I've noticed from some of the news cycles, looking at X every day, certain things, is it's like, today is the start of World War III. No, today is the start of World War III. And now this thing is going on over here. And now it's this over here. It's like, okay, actually, if we were going to have a World War III, if we were going to have the craziest financial collapse ever, if we were going to have the whole power grid go down, and this is just my thought, it would have happened already. Okay. Now, I am a prepper saying that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being prepped. I think it's actually smart to do during these times, but things are more positive and more favorable than they may seem. And sometimes we overstress ourselves by taking in so much information. So we're being guided to this Mercury retrograde. Maybe, a remedy for this actually is to be very disciplined. Here's my moon in Capricorn coming forward. To be very disciplined about how much time you're going to spend on social media, how much time you're going to be listening to podcasts, things like that. Because it's just, an information overload, and we don't want to stress ourselves out. Very positive. There could be very positive developments happening for a lot of us this week too, with the Jupiter card. And since Jupiter is about abundance and expansion, I'll pull an extra bonus Astro card for us. Ooh, Juno, asteroid of partnership. Okay, so many of us out there can be getting blessed with some new partnerships this week, which can definitely happen with a Mercury-Jupiter opposition. And also Pluto now in Aquarius. This is bringing like-minded people into our lives. Go out into like-minded community, right? So there can be some beautiful blessings coming in that way. Awesome. Linda says, I'll take positive situations this week. Yes, me too, for sure. So want to mention again, you guys, go check out my Astrology Predictions 2025 live workshop that I'm going to be doing live next week from Thursday to Sunday. It's only $35 US to get access to my long form predictions for all 12 signs for 2025. So I'm so excited to be hosting that. And we're going to go through each of the elemental groups. Thursday will be the fire signs, Friday will be the earth signs, Saturday the air, and then Sunday the water signs. And it'll also come with notes, downloadable note PDF on the most important transits for each of the signs for 2025. So go check that out in the link below, beyondmystic.academy. Always so much fun to do those live workshops. And also, Janine and I just put out this new pre-recorded workshop, Tarot and Astrology Masterclass. So we talk about the connections between the Western astrology and the 22 major arcana. So that's out too. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me for today's Beyond Astro Weekly Forecast. I'm wishing you the most magical week ever. Happy Mercury retrograde. Happy Sun trine Mars. New moon in Sagittarius coming up. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow for the Daily Astro Show and the new Astro Woo for December. Love you guys. Bye.